Welcome to today's webinar. We're going to be looking at the topic of the migration from search engines to answer engines and how you can win remodeling clients in the AI era. And so I want to welcome everyone today. We are diving into a very critical shift in the search industry and in the remodeling and residential construction industry as a whole. And that is this transition from search engines to answer engines. And this is something that I want to really focus in on, really help you get your mind around, because this is going to be critical for you in the days ahead. As we navigate the AI era, it's very vital for you to understand how this impacts your ability to connect with remodeling clients. In the past, a client would search for information, but now what they expect is direct answers. And this means that our approach has to evolve. We also have to adapt our strategies to not only provide solutions, but to anticipate client needs. Think about how we can become their actual go-to resource, their expert, their topical authority on the subject matter. And you have to remember, this shift isn't just about technology, it's about enhancing and improving our communication and then building trust through clear, accessible information. So, we're going to explore how we can effectively win remodeling clients in this new landscape together. And that's what we're going to spend this time doing today. And once again, I want to thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to join me. Now, if you're not familiar with who I am and why you might want to listen to me, my name is Carl Willis. I am the founder and CEO of Remodeling Marketing Team. I've been marketing online since 1997, back in the dial-up days. I'm the author of Internet Marketing for Home Remodeling Companies. I co-authored AI tools for home remodeling contractors. I'm creator of the Marketing Classroom. I'm an international keynote speaker on business growth and lead generation, and widely accepted as a go-to expert in internet marketing for home remodeling businesses. And I've worked with companies across the US and internationally when it comes to lead generation and online marketing. And so, as we talk today, anytime you hear me talk, I'm always going to talk about your marketing ecosystem. And this ecosystem is going to encompass a lot of different components of your online universe. And so today we're going to be talking about this top quadrant, number one, the SEO component, what has traditionally been search engine optimization, but now is transforming into AEO, answer engine optimization, or as some people like to call it, AI engine optimization. And so our agenda for today is pretty straightforward. We're going to be talking through several main components. We're going to be diving into a critical shift in how we engage with our clients. And we're going to be looking at this shift from SEO, search engine optimization, to AEO, answer engine optimization, because this change signifies a transition from traditional search engine optimization to providing answers. We'll talk about why this change matters to you, and understanding the implications of this shift is going to be absolutely essential for you to stay competitive. We'll look at what remodelers must do right now. It's not just about adapting, it's about thriving in a landscape where consumer expectations are evolving rapidly. And then we're also going to look at a 5-step action plan that you need to be looking at taking. And of course, we're going to talk about what happens if you ignore all of these things. So it's important to take action, not just be informed, but have a plan of action as we go through today's discussion. To just be informed and do nothing is going to put you at a disadvantage to your competitors who begin taking action now. So let's get started talking about this big shift. And this big shift is in the way that we approach online visibility. You see, we're transitioning from traditional SEO, search engine optimization, to, like I've already alluded to, answer engine optimization. So in the past, search engine optimization was just about ranking high on search engines, and it was all about keywords and backlinks and did you have the right keywords in the right places and the right amount of keywords on the page and in the right places and the right links from the right places. And it's so much deeper than that now because we have to focus on directly providing users with the answers that they are seeking. This change is driven primarily by advancements in AI technology. And when we're talking about Google, we're talking specifically about Gemini and how it's redefining the way consumers interact with information. Because what they're really looking for is complete answers instantly. And so it's crucial that we meet that expectation. And let me repeat that again. The consumer is looking for complete answers instantly. And so it's very critical that we meet that expectation. They don't want to have to go search through a list of links and go through multiple websites just trying to find the answer. They just want the answer. And as a remodeler, your goal is to be the answer, not just another link in a list of links. Let me say that again. As a remodeler, your goal is to be the answer, not just another link in a list of links on the page. This requires a much broader online presence that combines emotion, trust, and logic. Let me say that again. It requires a broader online presence that combines emotion, trust, and logic. And let me clue you in on something here that you already know, but maybe haven't really thought about. When people make a buying decision, they make a buying decision first with emotion, and then they support that decision with logic. So we're using the same principle in our online presence in this new environment of answer engine optimization. So let's explore how we can adapt to this new landscape and what this means for your business as you move forward. So we need to look at why this is actually happening. The first thing we want to really understand is what's changing, why this change is taking place, and why this is really coming to bear the way that it is. And So the first thing we need to understand is AI powered search tools like Gemini are really changing the way that users conduct their research because they're doing the research for the user. Instead of the user having to do all of that research, these tools are actually doing the research on the user's behalf. And so consumers expect complete answers instantly because the AI is doing the footwork for them. And we need to understand that expectation. Because if we leave that expectation unmet, we have a disappointed consumer. And so this multi step reasoning is now part of Google's algorithms. This means that the query a user makes is going to be more complex, and they want thorough and insightful responses to those search queries. So I want you to think for a minute about your own search habits. How often do you find yourself wanting immediate, comprehensive information? Most of us are that way. This shift isn't just a passing fad, it's not just a trend. It is actually a transformation in how consumers interact with online information. What we're going to be looking at in the upcoming section is what you as a remodeler must understand to adapt and thrive in this new environment. Now, what you really have to understand is that you are no longer competing to simply be a link in a search result. You're no longer competing to simply be the top link in a list of links. What you're competing to be is the actual answer. And this shift means that your content must be tailored to answer the potential client's questions directly and effective. And to do that, it is going to require a broader online presence. In fact, this is a non negotiable. And this really is going to be a place that may challenge many of you who are either watching this webinar or catching the replay. You're going to have to think in terms of a broader footprint online. That broader footprint is going to be necessary to create this more comprehensive, complete answer to the customer's question. And it's not negotiable. It's not a nicety. It's not a maybe. It is a non negotiable. Because in today's digital world, being visible across various platforms is crucial. So it's not enough to just have a website anymore. It's about being where your clients are searching and engaging. I was having a conversation with a prospective client earlier today, and we were discussing the multiple modalities that a prospective customer is going to engage them from: mobile phone, laptop, desktop, LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, website. So many different angles. Google Business Profile, phone, text, multiple modalities, multiple platforms over an extended period of time. And the key is you have to be visible throughout that entire process. You see, the reality is oftentimes you are losing projects to other remodelers, not because they're better. You're simply losing those projects because they are more visible. They are more omnipresent than you are. And so I want you to get that concept in mind. Omnipresence, being everywhere that your potential client is. You have to remember what we're aiming for is this triad of emotion, trust, and logic. And one of the ways that we build that in is through familiarity. The more familiar you become, the more regularly they encounter you, the easier it is to build trust, to build those feelings of comfort, and to help reinforce the logical reasons why they should hire you. These three elements must all be present in your messaging if you are going to connect with your audience. Emotion draws them in, trust keeps them engaged, and logic helps them to make an informed decision. So keep these points in mind. They are essential in the era of answer engines. Now, I want you to understand how Google's new search works. Study this diagram for a moment. A user asks a question. That question is then fed into Google's Gemini AI, and Gemini processes that question. From that processing, the user sees actionable results. So when a user conducts a search, Gemini actually dissects it into a series of sub-questions. Gemini then investigates each component and provides an AI-generated summary. If your presence is absent from that process, you are likely missing out on potential sales. Again, let me reinforce the concept that I want you to really grab hold of. And if you've heard me talk about AI on any of our videos or podcasts previously, then I really want you to anchor into this term you've heard me use before, topical authority. You need to become the topical authority in your area of specialization. By doing so, you're going to make it easier for the AI in the search engine to grab hold of you as the expert and pull from your information to answer the questions that your prospective customer is asking. Now, I want to give you a plan of action as a remodeling company to really capitalize and have the best opportunity for success in this AEO environment. And so we're going to talk about how to fast track your AEO success. So let's dive into this action plan. This is really a roadmap for you to help you get the most out of the answer engines. First up, you need to do an audit for answerable content. What I mean by this is identify what questions your potential clients are asking and ensure that your content provides clear, concise answers to those questions. Remember, in the AI era, it's about being the answer, not just being a resource. You also want to expand your digital footprint. And this involves being visible across multiple platforms, from your website to social media channels, because the more places you appear, the more likely clients will find you. Remember, your prospective customer on any given day may visit your website, your Google business profile, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and a host of other platforms and channels during the day. You also want to focus on writing in conversational, natural language. This will help to create a connection with your audience. So, one of the things that has really changed is not this search engine keyword driven type conversation or content, but a more natural flowing, natural language type content that is more like a conversation you would have with somebody sitting across the table from you. For example, think about how you would explain your services to a friend or a prospect who's seated eye to eye with you. And don't forget the importance of visuals. I see way too many remodeling contractors who neglect this piece of the equation. You have to lean in to video and visuals. It's an imperative. Engaging content can captivate your audience and communicate your message much more effectively than just text alone. And then finally, you want to amplify your reviews and your mentions everywhere. Encourage satisfied clients to share their experiences. And by doing so, you can significantly enhance your credibility and attract new clients. Because one of the things that the AI is looking for is reputation. And so the more you can get your satisfied clients acting as advocates for you in the marketplace, the more the AI is going to pick up on those reputation signals, and it will help you dominate those answers. Now, by following these steps, you're going to be well on your way to winning clients in this new digital landscape. So let's dig in a little deeper to each of those 5 steps. First of all, let's audit for answerable content. And what that means is evaluating your current content across all your platforms. So think about blog posts, frequently asked questions, service descriptions, and project pages. This is important because we're shifting from traditional search engines to answer engines. Google wants to give users direct answers, not just links. So it's critical that your content is not only informative, but structured in a way that makes it easily digestible for your audience. I would encourage you in all of your blog posts, have a little section of FAQs and also add some key takeaways to your blog posts. Those two things can become extremely valuable to make your content more appetizing to both the reader and to the search engine. When we talk about expanding your digital footprint, Again, make sure that it is visible across various platforms. Be sure to think about places like your Google Business profile, which is often the first point of contact for potential clients because Google loves the Google Business profile. In fact, it loves the Google Business profile more than it loves your website. So lean into that. Also consider social media platforms like Facebook and Instagram, because those spaces allow you to showcase your work visually. And by doing so, you're going to engage homeowners directly and you're going to stir the imagination, which stirs the emotions, part of that trifecta we were looking at. And don't forget about those local directories: Better Business Bureau, House, Yelp. Being listed here not only improves visibility, but it's going to help with credibility and trust. So when you create this diverse online presence, it's not just beneficial, it's essential for winning new remodeling projects. And by expanding the digital footprint, you're not just being found, you're being recognized as a leader, an expert, and an authority in your field. Also, remember, you want to use conversational language. Step number 3. Think like a homeowner who is asking a friend. We need to use conversational language when we're trying to connect with potential clients. I want you to think about it this way. When you're searching for a remodeling service, you're likely going to phrase your search just like you're asking somebody for advice. So ask yourself, how would a homeowner ask a friend about your services? By adopting this friendly approach, you not only make your content more relatable, but also increase the chances of capturing attention in a very crowded field. Remember, we want to build trust and rapport because this is all about making the audience feel understood and valued. Now, let's talk about how we implement this conversational tone across different platforms. And of course, step 4 is a video first strategy. This is an essential component because video is a massive driver of content today. You have to remember, attention spans are short. And so video content is key to capturing the imagination and capturing attention. So first and foremost, consider creating 1-minute remodeling project walkthroughs, no longer than 1 minute. These concise videos will give potential clients a very quick, engaging glimpse into your work. It's like taking them on a mini tour of your expertise, and it's your opportunity to show off. Next, I want you to think about FAQ answer clips. So address a common question in video format. And by doing so, you're not only going to build trust, but it will also position you as an authority in your field. It's all about making the information accessible and relatable. And then, of course, don't forget customer testimonials. Video testimonials can be incredibly powerful. They provide social proof and they help potential clients feel more connected to your business. Remember this, a video first strategy is not just about showcasing your work. It's about creating a personal connection with homeowners. Remember, the trifecta: emotional connection, trust, those are key factors. And of course, we want to meet homeowners exactly where they're at. That brings us to step 5. We want to maximize reviews and mentions. And this is such a critical aspect of our plan. Request Google reviews all the time. It's absolutely essential. Positive reviews not only boost your credibility, but they also enhance your visibility online. Engage with your clients post-project and encourage them to share their experiences. Get featured on local sites. This also can significantly increase your reach. So collaborate with community platforms to help you connect with more potential clients who are actively seeking remodeling services. And then don't forget about joint venture partners. Leverage those existing networks to open new doors and new opportunities for referrals. By taking these actions, you can set the stage for your success in this AI-driven market. So be sure to implement these 5 steps. Now let's talk about what happens if you ignore this. And I'm going to talk you through a screenshot that I took here the other day featuring one of our clients. Here's the consequence of ignoring an answer engine only approach. Because if you overlook this strategy, you risk significant traffic drops. In today's digital landscape, video content is crucial for attracting and retaining clients. Having a broad footprint is an absolute requirement to become the topical authority. And competitors who are leveraging AI and video will dominate the overview space. And let me say that again, they will dominate the overview space and will capture the attention of potential clients while you're left behind, which means you will miss calls and opportunities because you're not going to be able to connect with interested clients, not because your work isn't good enough, but simply because your presence isn't strong enough in the search results. And not being visible makes you irrelevant, even if your work is better. You have to remember, in this AI era, engaging content is not just an option, it's absolutely essential. And I want to use this screenshot to help you understand this. So the client that we were working with is Solid Rock Commercial Roofing. You see they're highlighted here. And we didn't do the highlights, Google did the highlights. So I want to point that out. So in Wichita, Kansas is where they're located. And right now in Wichita, Kansas, it is storm season. The date of this recording is May 20th of 2025, and there have been multiple hailstorms, tornadoes already this week. So one of the top terms we're going after: hail damage commercial roofing contractors, Wichita, Kansas. So I want you to see how this page is laid out. This company here paying for an ad. Right below it Google, without us even having to press a button, is giving us an AI response through Gemini. And they are offering us recommendations. Several commercial roofing contractors offer services for hail damage repairs and replacements. Air Capital Roofing and Remodeling and Centimark are among the companies specializing in commercial roofing, including and addressing hail damage. Additionally, Solid Rock Commercial Roofing, Solid Rock, our client, is highlighted. It's got a hyperlink. If you click on that, it takes you to their business profile. There is also a hyperlink down here. Gives a snippet about them. Commercial roofing company, team of experts specializing in commercial roofing repairs and replacements according to their website. And then a third time they are present in the knowledge card, a snippet from their website. So 3 exposures here. Now, if we had not taken the time to build out their footprint, they would be buried. Wouldn't even be visible. Nobody would even know they exist. Not because they're not good, simply because they weren't seen. And that's the importance. This is where things are headed in the world of search. People want answers. They don't want to go through all these links. They want to know who offers these services and why they're being recommended. I hope you find that helpful. So let's talk about your next steps. Number one, I encourage you to schedule a strategy session with our team at Remodeling Marketing Team. This is an opportunity to dive deeper into your specific goals and how we can align our efforts to help you achieve those. We can take a look at your current answer engine optimization footprint and give you some guidance on where you need to improve and take a look at how you're showing up currently. And we can give you some guidance on how to build your answer content plan. Because this plan will empower you to create content that directly addresses your audience questions, positioning you as the topical authority, the go-to resource for the remodeling industry in your area. And by taking these steps, we can help you transition smoothly from traditional search engines to answer engines, because that is where the search engines are going. So let's be sure to embrace this change together so you can thrive in the AI era. And then as we get into the final phase here, you can schedule that free strategy session at remodelingmarketingteam.com/get-started. Because we're not just talking about surviving in the AI era, we're talking about winning. We want to see you win. We want to see you be the dominant remodeling company in your local area. And we want to help you develop a plan that makes you the go-to answer for any customer looking for your services in your local area and location. I want to thank you for taking time out today to join me for this webinar. If you've got additional questions about winning in the AI engine era, feel free to reach out to us. And we look forward to having you on our next webinar. Also, be sure to subscribe to the Digital Remodeler podcast. You can find it on iTunes, Spotify, and also on our YouTube channel. Lots of great information there to help you move your remodeling business forward. Take care and have a great day, and we will talk to you again on our next webinar.